What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? I want to say this before I begin. I'm not clout chasing. I don't want anyone to feel sorry for me. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to see me in tears and, going through this whole sob story, this spill about how my family's this and that and so forth and blah, 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 blah. I ain't going to be crying. I ain't going to be airing people out by names and everything. You know what I'm saying? The main purpose of me doing this video is actually to relate. You know what I'm saying? Because I know there are quite a few people that are going through somewhat similar, if not worse, than what I'm going through as far as dealing with my family. You know what I'm saying? And that, I just got to let people understand that at the end of the day, yeah, we do have all these trials and tribulations that we experience and have to endure, in America. But there's one particular thing that nobody really wants to mention, that we go through on a daily basis. That's far more worse than what you call white supremacy. And that is black families. And the reason why I say that, because, some people will say, well, man, come on, man, you crazy? White supremacy is far more worse. Now, no, it's not. Because the reality of it is we already know who's our enemy. We already know how they treat us. But when dealing with family, you would think the ones that you were brought up with along, the ones that raised you, the ones that were, that are blood related, the ones that continue to say blood is thicker than water, you would think that they would never cross you. They would never stab you in the back. You know what I'm saying? You would never think that. But the reality of it is that it's the truth. Black people ruin black families. I could go on a spill on, the Willie Lynch letters and how Willie Lynch was, was set out to conquer and divide black families. You know what I'm saying? Put the youth against the old and the man against the woman and the adult against the child and the child against the adult. I could go all into that spill. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, let me tell you something. People that are going through it know better. That it's not the whole manipulation thing doesn't just stop at the Willie Lynch letters. We have black family members that are just as fucked up as Willie Lynch. I know. I have them in my family. And it's like you keep on giving them opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, chance after chance after chance for them to make things right. You know what I'm saying? You accept their apologies. Every time they do something fucked up, you forgive them. But I can tell you, now where I'm at. Now, let me say this before I even say what I was about to say. That's not stating what I'm about to say. That's not stating that my family members, the ones that I'm about to talk about, haven't left me, haven't abandoned me, haven't said enough is enough. I don't want to fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know that. Maybe they might have left and wrote me off a long time ago. But if they haven't, this is the reason why I'm writing them off now. Straight up. Because I can't take it anymore. The things that I've been through with my family, the things that my family members have said that not only could have ruined my life, but the family that I've created, my real family. The family that I've created, my real family, the ones that truly love me. You know what I'm saying? You know how much shit I've been through? I've had a family member tell the mother of my children, talking about me now, told the mother of my children, he's only with you. He's only taking care of those children and with you because he wants to avoid from paying child support. For real. I've had, no lie, when I was younger, I say in my teens, 15, 16 years old, I've had a family member pull up to me, take a piece of paper, then put the piece of paper over some type of letterhead or some shit, and he pulled up and was like, yo, sign right here. And I'm thinking this is a family member. I ain't thinking too much about it. I signed on the dotted line, not knowing whether I gave away some money or, I was supposed to get some money or whatever. I've had a whole lot of foul shit happen to me. And maybe, just maybe, let's just look at it like this. Maybe some of my family members don't think that I'm family. Maybe they feel as though that, because you know how us black people are. You got stepmoms and steppops, stepfather and stepbrother and stepsisters. And then, most of us, like such as myself, I don't have a full-blooded sister. My sister and I have two different fathers. So maybe some of my family members just think that, hey, technically we're not family. So if I fuck him over, it's not really me fucking him over like that. You know what I'm saying? Because he's really not part of my family, or at least I don't consider him to be part of my family. But it's a thing that I can say, you know what I'm saying, that family members know about me. You know what I mean? And that they know about me is that I'm loyal. I'm loyal, I'm trustworthy, I'm dependable, and I give my heart. You know what I'm saying? And that's my downfall. And I'll admit it. Because no matter what, if anyone, now I'm not talking about this at this present moment and future, but in the past, if anyone were to have called me for anything, I'll put down whatever I was doing and respond immediately. Whatever type of emergency or situation that those particular family members are going through, they could rely on me. They could depend on me. But it seems as though when the tables are turned, like, do I really have to say it? Y'all already know what I'm going to say. When the tables are turned, it seems like there's a delay. In my time of need, when I need them, when I need to depend on them, there's a delay. And I know some of these family members will say, man, I've been there and I've done this and I've done that and this, that, so forth. And that's another thing too. That's another thing too. I've been through that shit. When the mother of my children, I'm not even making this up. We were in Atlanta, Northside Hospital. She was in ICU in a coma, damn near dead. Called one family member. That family member came to my aid, and I thanked that person. Later on, that shit got blown up in my face. Like, oh yeah, the person got mad, the one that helped me. The person got mad and said, you know what? Next time you get in some shit with your baby mama, or this person is going through this and that and so forth, don't call me. Don't call me. And I'm like, hold on, let me get this right. So basically you did it for a particular reason, whether it was to stroke your own ego or whatever. So that's another thing, that people do shit for particular reasons, but in them doing that, they're not being sincere whatsoever. If you do something for someone, right, you shouldn't bring that shit up. Especially when that person was down and out. Especially when that person needed you. And this is crazy, man, but I've been dealing with this shit all my life. You know who I'm talking about, what I'm about to say. You let that man hit me. I was too young to defend myself, but yet and still I fought back. And when I saw that you didn't defend me, right? You were my first love. My first love. When I saw that you didn't defend me, that's when I fell out of love for you forever. Forever. Some family members I had to walk away from because of religious views. You let religion get in between us. You let homosexuality get in between us. Yeah, true indeed. You may, be cool with that. You may have friends that's like that. And I may disagree with your friends or your friend's lifestyle or whatever have you. But why would you allow homosexuality to divide us? Because I have a voice and I disagree with it. Or religion at that. But that's what religion is there to do. Divide. Because it seems as though that if you're a Muslim and this person is a Christian, y'all can't get along. Because someone's God has to be right. But family voids all of that out. At least that's what it's supposed to do. That no matter what, you have your life, your lifestyle, you have your religion, it doesn't make a difference. We're still family. And you know what I've realized too? That blood is not thicker than water. It's not. At least not in the terms of what black people, the saying goes, at least not in those terms, because I've seen black families walk away from one another just like that. Family members walk away from one another just like that. For the littlest things. And this is another thing too. Like, and this is directed to anyone in my family. It's crazy how you can abandon or walk away from me without even letting me know that there was an issue or a problem. Or if there was a problem, why couldn't we talk it out? But you know what I've understood? That your friends, aside from the family that you create, your friends are really your family, are part of your family as well. The real family that you have, that you create. You know, your children. Your wife, your husband, your children. But family, the real family that you have are your friends. Those are the ones that love you unconditionally. Those are the ones that really support you. Those are the ones that have that accept you for who and what you are. And they don't try to change you. And if they see that there's a problem, you know what I'm saying? You all have a problem. You're willing to talk it out. Do you know how many arguments? Not even arguments. We've never got into arguments, to be real with you. I think one time we got into an argument. Pretty Ricky and I. And he knows. He wanted to heat up. At that time, he was eating pork. He wanted to eat up a pepperoni pizza inside my house. And I was like, yo, I can't do it. He's like, yo, man, it ain't gonna be nothing. It was a little, but it was nothing. But other than that, man, I could depend on Pretty Ricky way more than I can depend on any one of my family members. If you were to ask me who is part of your family aside from the mother of your children and your children overall, who else is? Pretty Ricky would be a family member. I did not know that man. And to make the long story short, when I seen the jealousy and the envy, and you know who I'm talking about, in your eyes in New York, I knew I had to go. It's not my problem. It's not your fault. Excuse me, not my fault that you chose to be who and what you are. And that I've been shining thick and through. It's not my fault. You chose that lifestyle. You chose to bust your ass and give your life to them people. So when you came home looking all tired and fucking old, and I'm looking all beautiful and shit and shining through thick. That's not my fault. But I saw the jealousy and the envy in your eyes, and I had to go. And who did I call? Pretty Ricky. In Orlando, Florida. Took the train, Amtrak down, and he picked me up at the Amtrak station. Stayed in his son's room. Had no place to go. Stayed in his son's room. At the time, we stayed in a small town, I think, off of, like a little away from Orlando, like in Claremont. I think that's what it was at. And he had to drop off his wife, go to work, come back, get me after work, drop me off at the spot. I used to hustle like CDs and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? In front of this Jamaican restaurant. I forgot the name of the street, but it's a famous street, not too far from OBT in Orlando. When I was done selling my CDs, he would pick me up and take me home. You know what I'm saying? To his house. And to make the long story short, when he was in need, I took care of him. Because that's what friends, or rather should I say family, do for one another. We take care of one another. We don't brag about it. We don't shit on one another. We take care of one another. We love one another. And that's real. We don't throw one another under the bus. We don't do that shit. Real talk. This past summer, I performed a ceremony, which was an ash ceremony. Took all the pictures of family members that I no longer want to associate myself with, and I burnt them to ashes. And that was symbolic to me mentally burning them out of my memory. Because when I say I'm done, I'm done. All that honor your father and mother and this and that and so forth, all that biblical stuff, I'm not religious. All the calling and, man, I can't believe other family members saying this. I can't believe you don't talk to such and such and such, and that ain't right, and this and that and so forth. You don't know my history with these motherfuckers. Because the reality of it is that I got some niggas in my family. But you would think if you were to see them, they weren't. They aren't. But I can tell you, there's been a couple of people in my family that have gotten the shot after I told them not to get it, if you know what I mean. I don't want to talk about it, you know what I'm saying? But you know the virus and all of that, you know. But I don't like, talking like that on YouTube. Because, flags be throwing up. And now they're coming out right now, talking about Moderna and all the rest of that, and how, excuse me, these shots causes brain damage, and it causes harm to your internal organs and all of that. Told them. That's another thing. I was a whistleblower. I was with the whistleblower of the family. And all they, you know what they said about me? Oh, he's a conspiracy theorist. Try to tell them the truth. And they ostracized me. So before I let a lot of these family members go, I was the black sheep of the family. Ostracized. And a lot of them would say, oh man, please, you ostracized yourself. You ousted yourself. Nah, that's not so. There was many times that I tried to bring you all together. You just didn't want to do it. You just didn't. There was one family member that died a long time ago. And when he died, he took the family along with him. ever since he died, shit ain't been the same. And now it's like time for me to go for good. Real talk. And I'm not that selfish as to say I'm out and along with my children. Nah. I'll tell my children any and every day. I've told them, yo, listen, if you want to establish a relationship with such and such and such, you can. But you know what's so painful? When they tell me that I don't want to do it. And I ask them why. And they can see right through your bullshit. You know who I'm talking about. Because they don't care. That's what they told me. Not, that's what I told them. That's what they told me. They don't care about us. See, for an example, a lot of people carry on with these titles. Like grandpa, grandma, aunts and uncles, etc. But that's just a title. That's not stating that you are actually a real one. Because to live up to those titles, you have to put forth action. And I haven't seen any action put forth. That's a shame when a child says, excuse me, children say, I ain't fucking with him. Not, they don't curse, but I'm just putting it in my words. I ain't fucking with him because he don't give a fuck. Or she don't give a fuck. So that's when you say to yourself as an adult, straight up, that's how I came to the conclusion. Like, yeah, it's time for me to walk away. It's time for me to learn. Because see, the youth can teach you something. We hold on to these family members. We hold on, and the reason why we hold on to them, because we hold on to the memories. On how our family members, quote unquote, once were. But now this is a new day and time. And I've seen saw what path a lot of my family members have chosen. And it's just time for me to walk away. No. I encourage you all to do the same. I don't give a fuck about no wills. I don't give a fuck about who left me some money, if they did. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about none of that. All I want is my sanity. All I want is a peace of mind. That's it. I don't want a peace of mind. I want my mind to be at peace. And I don't mean P-I-E-C-E. I mean P-E-A-C-E. And that's real. And the only way I can do that is to let you all go for good. So a lot of you all, you know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of y'all don't even have my number or any of that, type of, way you can communicate with me, or, get a hold of me. There's no point of you even trying to do it now. It's already said and done. Your absence, you not communicating with me in the past, lets me know what's the point of communicating with you in the present. You all knew that this day was gonna come. And I know some of you all may say, shit, I'm addressing this to some of my family members. Some of you all may say, man, that's corny, man. You trying to air us out on YouTube and this and that. So first of all, I said in the beginning of this video, I'm not giving out any names. But if I'm talking to you, then I'm talking to you. But I didn't do this video to air you out. I did this video for the people out there that are going through the same thing that I'm going through. And to give them the courage, the strength to walk the fuck away. For good. Live your life. And if you don't have a family, if you don't have friends, find you someone. that you can create a family with that's going to love you. Because it ain't nothing. It's nothing like it in the world when that little girl, that little boy stares up at you and their eyes are glittering and giving you a hug and saying, Daddy, I love you. Nothing like it. That heals everything. I'm out.